Good morning, Lori. So, today's finally the big day, huh? I bet you're so excited. How about this weather, though? There's a pleasant breeze blowing, not a cloud in the sky. This is the perfect weather for a wedding. Right? It's absolutely gorgeous outside today. The forecast earlier this week said it was going to rain, so I got concerned, but it looks like we're in the clear. Thank goodness. Are you on your way to the cathedral now? Actually, I'm already here. I arrived a little bit ago, and I just got into the changing room. Cool. And what about George? Oh, last night his friends threw him some big blowout bachelor party. He's been looking forward to it for a long time. Apparently some of his old friends from high school are flying halfway across the country to come. They booked a hotel in the city for the night, and George said he would head straight from the hotel to the cathedral. So, yeah, now I'm just waiting for him to arrive. Ooh, a bachelor party! Did you ever see that one movie? You know, where they wake up the day after the bachelor party and can't remember anything? Then they have to haul it over to the wedding venue before the ceremony starts? Yeah, but don't worry, I texted him earlier and he said he was awake, so looks like we're in the clear. Oh, so he texted you, huh? I'm surprised he had time for that. Yeah, I guess he must have taken a minute to give me a courtesy text while he was getting ready to go. Uh-huh, right. So, you didn't ask him anything? No, I didn't. I assumed he was busy enough getting ready, so I figured everything I wanted to ask him about could wait until he got to the chapel. Like, what should I have asked him? Oh, you know, the basic stuff. Like, where he is right now. Whether he's really going to come to the chapel or not. I told you, Tommy, you don't need to worry. He didn't wake up in an abandoned warehouse missing a kidney or anything. Everything's going to be just fine. Yeah, you're right about that, for sure. Everything is going to be just fine. For me, anyway. Tommy, you're acting kinda weird. Sorry. I just wanted to say thank you, Lori. I mean, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been able to get married. Plus, I finally get to quit that godforsaken company I was working for. It felt so satisfying when I slammed my resignation on my creepy old boss's desk. Like, bam! Eat that, Baldy! Tommy, what are you talking about? You really don't get it, do you? I know you've been really looking forward to your wedding, but unfortunately, it's not gonna happen. Your precious little groom isn't gonna be late. He's not coming at all. Tommy, you're scaring me. What's going on with you? Would you like to know where your fiancé is, Lori? Because I know. He's with me. And he's telling me that he doesn't feel much like going to your wedding today. And no, he doesn't want to reschedule. He doesn't want to marry you anymore. What? Do you remember the marriage certificate application that you signed and gave to George? Yeah, I had him taking care of that since he has a less rigid schedule than me. The office where you turn those in is only open for part of the day that I have to be at work. If there was a way for me to get away from the office for an hour or so, I would have done it, but I've been too busy. I don't think they're going to accept it anymore. Why not? Because I watched him rip it into shreds right in front of me. We got super drunk last night. He started shouting, "I'm tired of being tied down to that boring woman." And then he pulled that application out of his bag, ripped it up, and shouted, he felt tied down to me? I don't understand. How can you not understand? He wanted to get rid of you, so he did. It's not all your fault. It was just bad timing. George and me are soulmates. We were always meant to be together. Unfortunately, he ended up meeting you first. Sure, he might have been engaged to you, but deep down, I was always the one he really wanted to be with. Tommy, I know you always were one for practical jokes, but this is going way too far. This is my wedding day, and you're telling me this insane story about stealing my fiancé from me? That's ridiculous. The first time the two of you ever met was when I brought him to the house to meet our parents after we got engaged. Oh, trust me, I remember that. I'll never forget the way our eyes met for the first time. We both knew at that very moment that we were meant for each other. So we traded phone numbers and started talking to each other. While you were super busy putting your wedding together. Me and George were just getting busy. Knock it off, Tommy, you're hurting me. You still don't believe me? Here's a picture we took together while you were out of town for the weekend for work. No, this can't be. George really was cheating on me? With you? I'm sorry about all this, Lori, I really am. Well, maybe not that sorry. But you and George were all wrong for each other. If you had actually gotten married, it would have ended in tragedy either way. I'm just rescuing him from a fate worse than death. You... Oh, and don't bother trying to stop us. We're already married. As of this morning, I am legally George's wife. You got married to my fiancé on our wedding day? It was our wedding day, not your wedding day. Anyway, I think we're gonna disappear for a while. With George's job, all he needs is a computer, and he can do it from anywhere he wants. Plus, he runs the company, so he gets to make the rules. So we're moving to a place far away where you can't interfere with our love. Hold it right there, Tommy. This is too crazy to be true. You're really having an affair with my fiancé? He's really not coming today? We're really not gonna get married anymore? Looks like you finally caught up with the class, Lori. Yes, and yes. You get 100. I don't believe this. You've picked the most evil way possible to break this news to me. And you're moving? You can't do that. You owe me a proper explanation. And not just me, you owe both our parents and George's parents an explanation. What's there to explain? Do you want to know what we were doing last night or something? Because that's definitely not a PG-rated conversation. You sure you want all the steamy detail? You know that's not what I'm talking about. We need to talk about the wedding, our future, the engagement ring. There are 1,000,001 important things for us to discuss. This is not like two college students dating for a few months and then breaking up. We had plans. We built our lives around each other. That sounds like a total pain. Like, me and George are about to embark on the biggest adventure of our lives. Can't you guys just say congratulations and let us be on our way? No, I will not congratulate the two of you for betraying me. You can't just drop this nuclear bomb on me the day of the wedding. You are such a buzzkill, Lori, you know that? George sure had the right idea. He lied to you about the bachelor party. There was never going to be one. Instead, he spent the better part of last night getting ready for the big move. So don't bother rushing over to his house to catch him before he leaves. By the time you get there, it won't be anything but an empty husk. So you're serious then? You're really just gonna run away like this? Without taking a single piece of responsibility for anything you've done? Yep! Thank you so much for everything, Lori. I met the man of my dreams thanks to you. Oh, and George asked me to give you his thanks, too. If you hadn't made him briefly fall in love with you, then he never would have found his true love. You can take care of all the cancellations and stuff for the wedding, right? Because neither of us is going to do it. And with that, farewell, dear sister. Adieu. Don't you dare put down your phone. I need to talk to George directly. I keep calling him, but my calls never go through. Unbelievable. You blocked my number, didn't you?
Girl, how you been? Did you miss me? Do you even remember me? Nah, I bet you'll never forget me for as long as you live, even if you wanted to.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the single biggest mistake I ever made. To what do I owe the pleasure of this sudden text after 3 years of silence? I mean, you had my number blocked. I don't want to get my hopes up, but are you by any chance a mugger who just unalived the person you stole this phone from? If so, that would be the best news I've gotten in a long time.
Good grief, you mean to tell me it's been 3 years, but you're still sore about that whole wedding thing? You sure can't hold a grudge. You better do something about that negative attitude or else your man's gonna leave you. Oh wait, I was your man and I did leave you.
Is this the reason you unblocked my number after 3 years, just to taunt me some more? If that's the case, then I've got way better things to do with my time.
Hey, keep your skirt on, yeesh. Actually, I got 2 matters of business for you today, an announcement and a question.
Well, make them quick.
Yes, ma'am. First order of business, drum roll, please. Tommy is pregnant. We're gonna have our first child.
I see.
I see? Is that all you got to say? No congratulations? No, I'm so happy for you?
I shouldn't have to explain to you why I won't be congratulating you for your marriage or your pregnancy anytime soon, so don't hold your breath.
Yeah, you got a point.
Why are you telling me about this when you know I don't care?
So, my business was absolutely booming until the first quarter of this year. Ever since then, sales have been dropping precipitously. This month was so bad that it finally forced me to do something I've been working hard to avoid. I'm gonna have to declare bankruptcy and shut down the company. This decision was, in a word, poorly timed. It all happened around the same time we found out Lori was pregnant. Kids cost a bunch of money to take care of, and so now we're looking to cut down on as many unnecessary expenditures as possible.
So again, what does this have to do with me?
I'm getting there. Jeez, you're impatient. This brings me to my second order of business. We're gonna move in with your parents to save on rent.
1, that's not a question. 2, are you drunk? Did you just forget about what you did to me 3 years ago?
Well, I was thinking about asking if it'd be okay for us to move in with them, but then I decided I didn't want or need your permission. And anyway, what would be the problem? Tommy's their daughter, too. And I know your parents are going to want to meet their first grandchild, so I thought I'd do them the favor of allowing them to live together with my kid. Aren't I generous?
So you're using your child in an emotional blackmail scheme to get my parents to let you live with them? And not to mention without making you pay any rent?
I told you kids cost money and I ain't got none.
Well, congratulations, George. You are officially the dumbest, most selfish, least sensitive person I have ever met. The two of you completely vanished into thin air 3 years ago after announcing your affair on the day of our wedding. And now that you have a kid and need money, you show up on our doorstep and beg for help?
I'm a resourceful guy. If I've got a resource, I'm gonna make use of it. That includes having relatives with money. So you're still living with your parents, right?
Well, yeah, I am living in the same house as them right now.
Well, not for much longer. We're gonna move in with your folks and have a good old-fashioned multi-generational home. It's gonna be great with all 5 of us under one roof. Me, Tommy, your mom and dad, and...
And me?
No, not you. Our baby. You're gonna have to pack up your stuff and go live somewhere else from now on.
Oh? And what reason would I have to do something like that?
Well, I mean, think about it. It's pretty straightforward, really. Would you really want to live in the same house as the guy who you used to be engaged to? It'd be crazy awkward every single day.
You cheated on me with my sister, broke up with me on the day of our wedding, vanished without a trace for 3 years, and now you're back and demanding that I move out of my own house? I have to hand it to you, George. You are really working hard to earn that biggest douche in the universe award.
Look, the thing is, we need money. Plus, we'll need someone else to help us out with a baby when we get bored of dealing with it, and That's when your parents come in.
It's truly fascinating to see you become more and more comically evil with each text. I think the most confusing thing for me right now, though, is why in God's name did I ever agree to marry you in the first place? If you're really that hard up for money, why don't you impose yourself on your parents first?
No, that's out of the question.
Because you already forced them to bail you out from paying the cancellation fees for the wedding?
Oh, so you knew about that. Why'd you suggest I see my parents then?
I'm done with this pointless conversation. I'm not moving, for you or anyone else. Our relationship ended 3 years ago, so never contact me again.
You're serious? You're really still mad I cheated on you? Or is this because you're still in love with me after all these years? Sorry, Lori, but I'm a married man now. My wife's pregnant. I can't go fooling around with other women. Not anymore, anyway.
Hey there, Lori. Long time no see. God, I feel like it's almost been 3 years. So I think George already told you this, but our love has finally taken on a human form. We've been blessed with the gift of life. I am pregnant. I knew I should have gotten a new phone number. So yeah, it's just like George told you. We're gonna move in with Mom and Dad, and you're gonna move out. Did you finish packing your stuff yet? I very explicitly told George that I am not moving. Sorry, Lori, but that's not an option. We've already loaded our stuff into the moving truck we rented and are on our way over there right now. So get your stuff together and get out of Mom and Dad's house before we arrive. You want me out of Mom and Dad's house? It's not just us, dummy. Obviously, Mom and Dad would rather live with their first grandchild than you. You're single, childless, and hopeless, and I don't want your negativity impacting my baby's life. I can't get out of Mom and Dad's house. I'm already out. I'm living on the West Coast with my husband. You're such a bad liar. You can quit making up stories because nothing you say is going to get this moving truck to turn around. I'm not lying. I moved to the West Coast with my husband. Wait, you moved? Is there a problem with that? What, did you think I was gonna let my sister and fiancé's betrayal hold me back forever? But, well, this is the first I'm hearing of this. How do you expect me to tell you anything if you blocked my number? I had no way of contacting you for the last 3 years. Wait, you're living on the West Coast? So you're not on the East Coast anymore? But that doesn't make sense. George told me you were living with your parents. But your parents live on the East Coast. What's going on? I was telling the truth. They are living with us right now. I'm on the West Coast in my new house with my husband and our parents. What? Why? I hate to have to rain on your parade like this, Tommy, but your baby won't be Mom and Dad's first grandchild. I already beat you to the punch. I'm due to give birth this month. You're pregnant? And your baby is due this month? Not baby. Babies. I'm having twins. Twins? I'm still relatively new in the area, so I'm not familiar with any of the hospitals or doctors. So I was actually thinking about moving back over there for a while to give birth and have Mom help me out with the baby. But it turns out Mom and Dad were planning on selling their house anyway. So we talked to them and they decided to move out here to be with us. They sold their house? What is going on over there? Why are you guys making all these big decisions without telling me? You blocked us, remember? So anyway, Mom and Dad moved in with us last month. They're gonna live with us for the time being, just until they can find a good plot of land and build a new house of their own. We're having a lot of fun having them here, though. We'll be sad to see them go. Where's their new house? Nowhere yet. They still haven't even bought any land yet. I literally just told you. How'd you miss that? Oh no, so they don't have a house right now? Then where are we supposed to go to? We got everything ready to move in with Mom and Dad. We're having the movers send all our stuff to Mom and Dad's house. You'll have to figure that out for yourselves. You got yourselves into this mess, so get yourselves out. Hand the phone to Mom or Dad right now. I need to talk to them. Sorry, Tommy, no can do. Neither Mom or Dad ever want to talk to you again. Why? Do you really need me to explain it all again? You know perfectly well how much trouble you caused for our family, and you didn't even stick around to take responsibility for it. Let me ask you this way. What made you think Mom and Dad would let you move in with them in the first place? But I'm pregnant. I'm gonna give birth to their grandchild. They're going to have 2 grandchildren within the next 2 weeks. My twins, remember? Oh no, this is terrible. We already terminated the lease on our old apartment. What are we gonna do with all this stuff? Where are we gonna put it? Mom and Dad sold their house, and you're all on the complete opposite side of the country. What do you want me to do about it from over here? You said it yourself. We're not even in the same state. I can't help you. No, it wasn't supposed to happen this way. We had enough problems already with George's company failing. We completely ran out of money. We didn't even have enough to make the last rent payment. All right, give me a second. Okay, there you go. I just messaged someone that I think might be able to help you. What? Who did you message? Your baby's grandparent. You mean Mom and Dad? Why'd you do that? They said they'll be right over. What? They can't be right over. You guys are on the opposite side of the country. Didn't you say they were living with you? Not to worry, Lori. They just so happened to be visiting a relative in town today. It's only about 3 blocks away. They'll be there any second now. Awesome! Well, thank you so much, Lori. You're a lifesaver. You're on your own from here on out, though. Your baby didn't choose you as his or her parents, so make sure you do what's right by them. You're not going to be able to just up and run away from your problems anymore. You're going to have to be a big girl now. I can be a big girl. Oh, and one more thing. I am absolutely exhausted from having to deal with you these past several days, so I'm disowning you. You're dead to me now. Never contact me again. Huh? I'm going to be living over here for the foreseeable future, so I don't think I'd be running into you all that often anyway. Ugh, whatever. As long as Mom and Dad are here, I'll be fine. I don't really need you anymore. And even if I did, I know I can't rely on you anymore. So thanks for everything. Enjoy your life, loser. What's going on, Lori? What are George's parents doing here? Where are Mom and Dad? What are you talking about? You and George are married now, right? That means his mom and dad are your mom and dad. In-law, to be precise. You mean the people you said you thought could help us? You messaged George's parents? They've been looking for the two of you for a long, long time, so I thought I'd let them know exactly where they can find you. It was perfect timing for them, though, being in town right when you guys were planning to force yourselves on Mom and Dad. This can't be happening. How could you do this to me? You have just destroyed our lives. What makes you say that? His parents are super understanding and reasonable people. You can rely on them. We already had to deal with George's vanishing income, and now we have to take responsibility for that stupid thing 3 years ago? They said they had to cover the cost of your wedding, and now they want us to pay it back. Duh, what were you expecting? Since you guys played Houdini on our wedding day, George's parents ended up taking full responsibility for the cost of the wedding. And now that they've found you, they want you to pay them back for the money you cost them. I don't see what you're so upset about. We don't have any money. That's not my problem, and it's not George's parents' problem. But they're telling us we owe them a ridiculous amount of money. You guys went and spent this much on a wedding? Who do you think you are, Kim Kardashian? That's not just for the wedding. Only part of that is the cost of the wedding venue, which we had to pay the full amount for because we canceled on the day of the wedding. There's also the flight tickets and hotel bills for the people who had to come in from out of town to be there. We weren't just going to leave them high and dry after spending hundreds of dollars to come to a wedding that never happened. And all the expenses should be detailed on the invoice you have. I would never have come home if I knew this was going to happen. I thought you said you could be a big girl. It's time to take responsibility, Tommy. Pay George's parents what you owe them and stay the hell out of my life. But what about our mom and dad? Didn't they care about their grandchild? I actually have a message from them about that. They wanted me to tell you that the only way they'll support the baby is if they can guarantee that you won't benefit at all. If you let them legally adopt the baby from you, they'll raise him or her like their own. You can't be serious. They want me to give up my own baby? It would be what's best for the child, after all. We don't view you as a part of this family anymore. If you want help, then you're going to have to go to George's parents. But I am your family! Not anymore, you're not. You burned your chance at ever having a normal relationship with us ever again 3 years ago. And since George's parents agreed to let you live with them, it seems to me like all your problems are solved. What do you need us for anyway? I don't want to live with them! They're super duper strict! I know, right? It's so bizarre how a loser like George could possibly come out of a house run by strict disciplinarians like them. But they said we have to pay them back first. Then I guess you better get yourselves some jobs, huh? Both of us? Are you telling me I have to work too? It's either that or you become homeless. Your choice. I wanted to be a housewife, though. Look, can I go now? I don't have any time to watch you have a mental breakdown. It might be 8 a.m. over there, but it's 4 a.m. over here, and I'd like to go back to bed. I'm gonna need to get all the sleep I can in order to take care of this baby. You can't go to sleep at a time like this. I need you. You have to help me find somewhere to live. Good night, Tommy. Or good morning. I don't know. I'm going back to sleep. I know I probably don't need to worry about you coming around here since we're on the opposite side of the country and you don't know our address. But I'm still gonna block your number just in case. Have fun with George's parents. I already blocked George after the previous night's conversation, so I blocked Tommy's number next, then deleted both of their contact info from my phone and went back to sleep. I called George's parents a while later to see how things were going. With nowhere else to go, Tommy and George had no choice but to move in with them. They're both being forced to work 2 part-time jobs to make sure they put in a full 40 hours a week. George's parents have complete control over their finances. Every time a paycheck comes in, they first subtract some for rent, some for living expenses, and some to pay back the money they owe from the wedding. They're kind enough to hand over the rest to them for spending money, if there's anything left. There usually isn't. They still owe a massive amount of money, so it looks like they're going to have to deal with this kind of lifestyle for quite a long time. At this rate, I think they'll have it all paid off by the time they're 60.